Hello and welcome back to episode number 5 of the Red Revival. Today we'll have the Cup semi-final against Celtic and we'll see if we get through. We'll probably play through to the final and get that shown on camera as well in today's episode. Just want to keep things as interactive as possible with you. So with the youth candidates when they come through, I will be looking to rename them and you guys can pick the names, keep them clean, and I'll take the first 5 comments of this video to rename them. But before we go any further, we'll get a recap on what's happened coming up to this game. So Hibs were up next after the Dundee United game, so we played away at Easter Road and we came away from this game with a really good 4-1 win. In terms of the stats, we dominated this match again as well. We had plenty of shots, good XG compared to Hibs, and good clear-cut chances as well, and good possession. So kind of moving on to the goal scorers, Keskinen opened the scoring for us with Nesbitt getting the second. Duke did pick up an injury, unfortunately. Hibs then came back to 2-1 in the 62nd minute. Wilson Esbrand and Nesbitt wrapped up the scoring. And after the game we found out the extent of Duke's injury. It's a twisted ankle and he's going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks. Big blow, he's going to miss the semi-final against Celtic, but that's why we have a squad we can make do without him hopefully for this one game. One of the good things about Scotland is there's no registration window, so free transfers can be picked up at any time. And we've signed Ryan Fredericks on a free transfer. He'll be playing at right back for us. Have a quick look at him just now, show you what I like about him. So in terms of the squad, he's probably one of our better right backs now, along with Devlin. And we can see he's got really good pace and stamina and agility. He's pretty good in terms of his mentals as well, good work rating off the ball and teamwork. Decent concentration, get good crossing and dribbling, decent tackling, and he's here for a couple of seasons. He is 32 years old, so I'm expecting he will probably drop down, but he's got a cheap wage of £1,000 per week, so I think he's a good signing for us and should help out going forward. And so the other semi-final was actually played before ours, and Hearts have came away with a 2-1 win against Rangers at Hampden, so that makes things quite interesting for us. Gives us a little bit more incentive, I think, against Celtic, because that's a far more winnable final, I think, than what the Rangers one would have been. So I'm quite happy to see that result, and we'll see what we can do against Celtic next. And now that we've caught up then with all the action prior to this match, we can get cracking on with the Celtic game. First of all, to the team selection for the semi-final here at Hampden. So in goals, we're going to be starting with Mitov, and at right back it's going to be Devlin, with Savoda at centre back partnering Danny Wilson today. Wilson Esbrand will be playing left back, and in defensive midfield we'll have Helt Nielsen. Clarkson just ahead of him in the central midfield position, and Gustavo Silva will play on the right wing. On the left wing we're going to have Keskinen, and up front we've got Nesbitt partnering Sokler, as we've seen with Duke's injury and Guy's also out injured. We do have some fitness concerns. Clarkson and Keskinen are a little bit tired following recent matches, but we'll see if we can try and nurse them through this game. Ryan Fredericks will be making his debut, possibly off at the bench today. He's not quite match sharp yet, so we'll need to continue on with Devlin for today's game. Into the dressing room. Again, we're just going to continue on with saying we're doing well. We are in good form. If it ain't broke, you don't want to fix it. And we'll ask him to make a difference and make us proud today. Now Nielsen is looking aggressive today, which is a concern because he's already been sent off twice in the League Cup. Celtic come into it in good form, just a 1 loss in 5 games, lining up with a 4-2-3-1 formation. As we can see, we're in good form ourselves. Continuing on with the 4-4-2 formation that's served us pretty well so far this season. So the game's now kicked off into the first few minutes. Very little's taking place, and there's Nielsen picked up a booking already in just the 2nd minute of the game. Very concerning for us, I think. So, highlight here for Celtic, McGregor, shot from range, and there's been a good save there from Mitov. Unaz with the resulting corner, swings it in, and Mitov claims that one, but it's dropped out for a corner again as well. So a bit of early pressure here from Celtic. We knew this was going to be quite a tough game for us, and Mitov claims it this time. As we said, a spell of pressure there from Celtic, a couple of corners, some good chances for them, but we've managed to weather that kind of small storm early on. Now we're looking to try and break forward ourselves. So we get Nielsen on the ball to Nesbitt, through for Sockler, and Sockler's put us ahead in the 10th minute of the game. But there is a VAR check going on, and it's been disallowed, unfortunately. So we're back to all square, 0-0. I actually thought he was onside there, to be fair, but just need to get on with it, I'm afraid. So 20th minute, very little happening other than that disallowed goal. A couple of bookings, one for either side so far. I think we've committed twice the amount of fouls as Celtic. We do go in hard with our tackles. It's breaking play up a little bit, I think, today. So at the 30th minute, highlight here for Celtic. Alata taking it forward. We've got Home making a run unchallenged, and it's rattled the crossbar. And we've been very fortunate there. Wilson's managed to deflect it wide for a corner. Kyogo's down injured at the moment. Wouldn't be disappointed to see him coming off. And he's getting taken off of the pitch, so we're going to need to wait for Kyogo coming off before Celtic take this corner. He's taking an absolute age about it. So 32nd minute, corner to Celtic. Johnston to swing it in. Nesbitt manages to clear it, but only as far as Unas, who plays it back into Carter Vickers, and the highlight ends, so nothing comes of that one. Celtic maybe, I'd say actually we're probably slightly just edging things in terms of the stats. We've the same amount of shots, but we've had better chances according to the XG. Clarkson swings one in for Svoboda, who heads it wide. So yeah, we're not playing too bad, putting up a good challenge here against Celtic, just about to reach the half-time whistle. We come into the dressing room. I'm going to tell the guys they need to hit the target more often, because we've only had one shot on target for the full first half there, which really isn't good enough if we want to try and win this game. We start the second half now. Celtic have made a couple of substitutions, so we'll stick with our side at the moment. I do think we've got our best 11 on the pitch just now. We're 10 minutes into the second half, very little's happened again. Celtic do have a few players on yellow cards, so hopefully if something could come of that, it would be good. Someone picking up a second yellow. So highlight now for Celtic, 64th minute. Unas plays it inside to Taylor. Kyogo. Palma hits the upright as well. So that's a couple of times now Celtic have hit the woodwork. We're going to look to make maybe a change, one or two changes. We'll bring Biswayan on for Keskinen, who's not playing well. Clarkson was struggling for fitness. Yeah, we'll bring him off for McGrath. And Sockler, I think, for Ambrose, and we'll switch Ambrose and Nisbet around. Ambrose is a better pressing forward than he is an advanced forward. Silva's really not playing well at all today either, so Shade Morris on, 4 subs and the 1 goal. I think we're not creating enough quality going forward, so see if this can make any sort of difference for us. We've got a highlight for Celtic now. Ambrose has managed to pinch it, and that's a really poor pass forward, so we'll lose possession again. Celtic now bringing it forward from the back. Welsh out to Johnston, and we nick it again, so that's a dangerous position that we've managed to steal the ball in. Play it to Morris, to Nielsen. Biswayan's in a little bit of space, and he's dragged his shot just wide. Promising though, promising bringing that forward into the box, and that attack down the left. And again, I think we are holding our own in this game, into the 75th minute now. Might consider possibly making another change, but I just don't think I've got too much more quality on the bench at the moment that's going to make a great deal of difference, and I think we are playing well. So we've got a corner here in the 84th minute. Kyogo's looking to break on us. It's the only problem, we only play one at the back when we're up for corners, so we can be susceptible to breaks, and Kyogo's through and he's dragged his shot wide. That was a terrible effort, in fairness. Should have done a lot better with that. Coming into injury time now, 91st minute. We've still got a substitution we can make, but that means now that we will have 2 subs to make in extra time if we need it. I'd say we've been performing well. Other than possession, really, we've probably edged the rest of the stats, and I think we should have maybe won this in 90 minutes. But tell the side we're not happy, just to get them fired up a little bit. See if we can get a reaction coming into extra time. So Nicky Devlin's picked up a slight knock, so Ryan Fredericks will come on to make his debut in extra time here. And we'll get it started now. We do still have the one sub to make if we really need to. Yep, very little happening again. Fredericks has been booked 9 minutes into his debut. And I think we'll maybe bring... What I'm going to do is maybe change this and take off the marking of the fullbacks. One of the reasons why I'm doing that is that Celtic are playing with inverted wing backs, and I think maybe what they're doing is dragging our wingers in when they're looking to mark them. As we can see here, they'll be coming inside, and if our wingers are marking them, they're going to be getting dragged in as well and being a bit less of a threat. So we'll see if it makes any sort of difference here. With it being half time now, we'll get the second half underway. Into the 110th minute, Nielsen is struggling a little bit with his booking and he's a little bit unfit, so we're going to bring Shinnie on for him just for the final 10 minutes of extra time. And we've got a highlight here for Celtic by the looks of it. Palmer with a free kick out on the right. Swings it in. Dyson Maida. And it's rattled the crossbar again. I think Celtic might feel a wee bit hard done by here. They've hit the woodwork 3 times now from what we've seen. Now to try and retain possession. We're coming into the closing stages and we've got a corner of our own. Been pretty deadly from corners this season. Can we get anything from it today? Get Shinnie to swing it in. And that hits the crossbar, so we've hit the bar now as well in the closing stages of the game. Just looks like one of those games that we just can't put the ball in the back of the net, and it looks very similar for Celtic as well. So we move on to penalties. Shinnie's a bit nervous after he's came on, so I don't know whether to change him. He is an experienced player. Whether to take him off of the third penalty and put him on, maybe take him out to the 6th or the 7th one. Wilson Esbrand maybe, I don't know, but for some reason it's not letting me do it. Just can't put Morris on there either. We'll just need to go ahead with it, I think. We'll get the team talk done. Never really know what the right option is here, so I think we'll probably... I was going to try and encourage them, but it gets rid of some of the options. Just say we're the underdogs, I think. We'll go and cause a few surprises. It's 50-50 at the end of the day. We'll see what happens. And how well the guys go with the penalty shootout. Never like penalties. Don't think anyone does other than a neutral at the end of the day. So Celtic to take the first penalty. Ida steps up and puts it away. We've seen in one of the previous episodes that Mitov did save a penalty for us against Rangers, so maybe he can be a hero today. But McGrath puts away our first penalty, so it's 1-1 in the shootout. We've got Palmer to step up next for Celtic. What can Mitov do? Nothing. It's a good penalty from Palmer, so Celtic again take the lead 2-1 in the shootout. Kevin Nisbet, one of our regular takers, and he puts it home for us as well. Schmeichel had no chance for that one. Callum McGregor now stepping up. And Cam as you like, sends Mitov the wrong way. Now down to Shinnie, who was nervous. I did want to change this one. Hopefully we don't regret it, and Shinnie's put it away as well, thankfully. So the nerves are going here. 3-3. It's Lagerbeck. And he sends Mitov the wrong way as well. And we're now 4-3 down. Getting into kind of dangerous territory. Swine to step up for our 4th. And he puts it away as well. Sends Schmeichel the wrong way. Dyson Maida now up for Celtic for their 5th penalty. And he sent Mitov the wrong way. So we're essentially down to sudden death now. Nerves are absolutely shredded. I can't remember who was taking this one. It's Wilson Esbrand, the man on loan from Manchester City, the left back. Hopefully can become a bit of a cult hero, and he's put it away, thankfully. So down to Celtic again now, sudden death in the shootout. Shaw steps up, and Mitov looked like he got quite close to that there, but just wasn't quite able to stop it from going in. So we're at 6-5 now to Celtic. We need Danny Wilson to put this one home to stay in the tie. And he has. He's put it in the top corner. Back to Celtic again. Unas against Mitov. Who comes out on top? Unas, unfortunately. And yet another penalty that we need to score, or we are eliminated. It's down to Shayden Morris now, right winger. He's been having a good season for us. I don't usually give him much game time, but he scored as well. He sent Schmeichel the wrong way. So Morris doesn't normally get much game time for me whenever I play seasons, but he's been doing well. Ralston now for Celtic. And again, Mitov went the right way again, just wasn't quite able to get the save. And again, it's down to us to score to make sure we're not eliminated from the competition. And it's a man on loan, Svoboda, the centre back, who will be joining at the end of the season to keep us in, and he does. He puts it home, thankfully. So we're on to penalties number 9 for both sides. Taylor steps up for Celtic, and he puts Mitov the wrong way again, and we're sitting at 9-8 now. This is kind of dragging on a little bit. It's really not helping my nerves whatsoever. We've now got Peter Ambrose, the youngster, to come up and try and level the tie again for us. And he does. That was a bit close to Schmeichel for my liking, but he's put it home anyway. Now we've got Welsh up. And Mitov didn't really get very close to that one. It's 10-9 now to Celtic. We're going to be getting down to goalkeepers after this penalty if we don't miss it. And Fredericks has just came in for his debut today. This would be terrible if he missed this one. Absolutely terrible. One Fredericks. Yes, he's put it in. So we're 10-10, down to the goalkeepers now. Kasper Schmeichel up first on Mitov, and he's put it past Mitov. And now it's down to Mitov to try and keep us in the tie. I mean, he's been useless at saving penalties, so hopefully he can score it today. One Mitov. That's a good penalty. He's put us to 11 each. Back to the original takers now. Ida steps up. And Mitov has saved. The drama. Lots of drama now. So we've now got our first chance to actually win the shootout. And it's Jamie McGrath coming up to take it. If there was anyone in the pitch I'd trust for this one, it would be McGrath. Yes! McGrath puts it home. And that was a long penalty shootout. But we get there in the end. Just the one miss there from Ida coming back around. But I think statistics wise we didn't deserve to lose the game. Neither did Celtic, in fairness. They played pretty well too. But happy days, we're through to the final against Hearts. We'll congratulate the side on getting there. And we'll continue on here just now. And we'll just continue again. We say the penalty shootout thriller. And it was such a long shootout. But we have lost Devlin, but he's only out for a couple of days. And what we'll do is we'll play through now then, and we'll come back for the final against Hearts. So there's a lot of games to play in between, but don't want to make the season too long. So yeah, we'll come back for the final against Hearts. So we welcome in another new signing on a free transfer. It's Sergio Rico, formerly of Paris Saint-Germain, so quite a big signing for us, the goalkeeper. He'll come in to provide competition for Mitov. More than likely will now be our first choice goalkeeper. If we can get a good look at him, we can see he's got good agility and decent jumping reach. He's 6'5" as well, so it's a big frame in the goal. Decent positioning, decisions and concentration and anticipation, so good mental attributes. Reflexes 1-on-1's pretty good. Handling's pretty good too. And if we just compare him just now with Mitov, you can see from the polygraph he is a better player in that perspective. And we look attribute wise, He's slightly better. I'd say mentally he's more impressive than Mitov. He's got the same reflexes but slightly better one-on-ones and handling. As you said there about the mental attributes, he's slightly better than Mitov. So I think he's an improvement for us and will more than likely be our first choice going forward. So following the cup game, we had a home tie against Kilmarnock in the league. We came away with a 3-0 win in this game. Again, we dominated the match, coming away with 64% possession, and the goals were scored by Silva, Mbai and Sokler to give us a 3-0 win. Next up was Ross County at Dingwall, and we came away from this game with a 5-0 win. Again, statistically, we were very much on top for all of the game. Good 2 clear-cut chances made, good possession. We got the goals through Ambrose. Shinnie then gets sent off. Just kind of spurred us on by the looks of things for Morris. Soccer double. And then Nicky Devlin to wrap it up. 5-0 win in the end up. Good result. We then welcomed in another new signing in Brandon Williams. I've actually been tracking him for a while. He's been in a free transfer since the summer and finally been able to get him in. So he's formerly of Manchester United. If we can get a look at him, he can play left or right back. I'm probably going to play him more on the left to give competition to Wilson Esbrand. I think he's better than Jack McKenzie, but he can provide cover anywhere, so he's absolutely solid physically. Pretty good mentally as well, good work rate, good teamwork, and good tackling, dribbling and first touch as well. So I think he's a cracking signing for us. 3-star ability, 4-star potential ability. If we look at his contract, £7,000 per week, does have a minimum fee release clause of 6.25 million, but we'd be happy if we could make that. So I think that's a really good signing for us anyway. We then welcomed Motherwell to Pittodrie for probably the maddest game of the season for us so far. We gave them an absolute hiding in this game. So we came away 11-1 winners, which is ridiculous. Motherwell did have decent XG in this game, but we just absolutely battered them, peppered them with shots, 33, good XG, 4 clear-cut chances, good possession. So we've massively outperformed our XG in this match. We had goals from Guy in the first minute, Wilson Esbrand, Motherwell then pulled one back, then Keskinen got 2 goals after that Nicholson goal. Pappy's Guy scored in the 45th minute with Dukaden just before half time. Guy then scored again to get his hat-trick. Brandon Williams then came on, got a goal in his debut. Biswayan then scored. Williams then got his second goal of the game, and then he set up Williams. So pretty good, set up Silva, sorry, pretty good debut for him. Tell the side that's as good a win as you're likely to see. And one of the reasons why I'm really happy about this result is every single time I do an Aberdeen save, there's always a particular record that I want to break in the Premiership, and that is the record for the biggest win. Previously it's a 9-0 win for Celtic against Aberdeen, so we've now managed to erase that from the record screen. So I'm absolutely chuffed with that, as much as I didn't expect it quite as early in this save game, but wonderful. And here's just the confirmation through that we've now recorded the biggest ever win in the Cinch Premiership, eliminating that record from Celtic beating us 9-0 back in 2010. Very, very dark day for us. I remember the game very well, unfortunately, so happy with that. 11-1 win, great. We then followed up that win against Motherwell with probably an even more impressive win in my view, the 2-1 win at Parkhead against Celtic. Pretty evenly matched game, to be fair. To be honest, we probably punched above our weight a little bit here and stole it in the end up. But we went behind early on to Unas, who scored in the 10th minute. We did commit a lot of fouls in this game. Wilson equalised from a corner, and Helt Nielsen got the second goal for us to give us the 2-1 win. So really strong result for us and very important in the grand scheme of things. We were then made to work hard for it against Dundee at home. Sokler and Ambrose played well, but we had a 3-2 win in this game. We did absolutely dominate it, but this is one of those games that we just couldn't quite get the goals that our XG merited. 6 clear-cut chances, but just 3 goals scored. Dundee had 2 clear-cut chances and took them. Scorers, Curtis Main put Dundee ahead. Sokler equalised for us. Ambrose and Sokler then put us 3-1 up, and Main brought a goal back. McGrath did miss a penalty for us as well, but we do come away with a 3-2 win. 3 points is important. We then got a message through to say that the club is attracting interest for a takeover bid. To be honest, I could really be doing with it being a tycoon takeover. We've kind of muddied the finances a little bit with those free transfers that I've brought in, so kind of looking at the finances, we're quite far over our wage budget at the moment, and we are hemorrhaging money a little bit. So we're up against Hearts at Tynecastle, the game before the cup final, so it's a dress rehearsal. Came away with a 3-1 win, gives us a bit of confidence going into the final. But we performed really well in this game, plenty of clear-cut chances and possession. In terms of the goals, Devlin opened the scoring, Duke then added to it, and Ambrose got the third. Clarkson got 2 assists, and Salazar got a 90th minute consolation for Hearts. On to the final. And so we're on to the cup final now against Hearts. Will be played at Hampden. And let's get into the team selection, show you who's going to be starting this game. So I did have Rico starting most of the games recently, but I'm going to bring Mitov back in. He's the one who's really brought us here, hasn't he? And we'll start Devlin today. I think we'll play him by ahead of Swoboda. I think the rest of the team kind of looks okay. We might bring Ambrose out, bring in Gay. He's a little bit unfit, but he should be okay. We'll just tidy up the bench a little bit. McGarry out, possibly, for Ambrose here. So starting in goals is Mitov, Devlin at right back, Mbai and Wilson in centre back, Wilson Esbrand left back, Helt Nielsen defensive midfield, Silva in the right wing, Clarkson centre mid, Keskinen left wing, Guy and Duke up front. Kevin Nisbet currently does have an injury, so he won't feature today, and Williams currently has a slight knock as well, so he also won't feature. So we get the team submitted now. Get cracking on with the final, see if we can pick up our first piece of silverware as Aberdeen manager. Get the dressing room here, give our starting team talk. So do our usual team talk here, tell them that we've got faith in them, hopefully get a positive start to the game. Have a look at the Hearts lineup. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. Decent form, 3 wins in their last 5 with 2 losses. We came into the game in great form with 5 wins on the bounce, playing our normal 4-4-2. So the game's now kicked off. Nothing happening in the opening minutes for us. Apparently we've just pulled a good save out of Craig Gordon. In opening 10 minutes we've been pretty bright by the looks of things. Wilson Edbrand has however picked up a booking. We get our first match highlight on the 15th minute of the game. We've got Silva playing it into Guy. Plays it back to Silva. Takes it down the wing. Swings it in. And potentially a penalty shout here. Referee's going to look at VAR. What is Colin Stephen going to say today? He's awarded a penalty for us. So a good chance for us to take the lead early on here. Helt Nielsen sends Craig Gordon the wrong way, and we take a 1-0 lead in the 15th minute of the game. Good start for us, we've looked pretty bright looking at the statistics so far. Match momentum confirms that as well. We've pretty much been on top for the opening stages of the game. We've got another highlight here, 22nd minute. Danny Wilson to Esbrand. Duke's been dispossessed. All the way back now to Craig Gordon, who hoofs it up the pitch, and that's just went right over our defence to Mackay. And Bai gets a good tackle in there, and now Clarkson tries to bring it forward for us. Guy as well. That's a great pass through to Keskinen on the left, plays it in, and Duke has got his 19th goal of the season and puts his 2-0 up on the day. Couldn't have asked for a much better start to the cup final. That will certainly settle any nerves that we've got. Looking at the match stats again, 58% possession, XG nearly up at 2 already. Yeah, we are performing well here. Another highlight, but Gordon claims that one. 32nd minute, what can Hearts do? Can they bring themselves back into the game? We've won possession again here in the middle of the park. Gustavo Silva running down the right into Clarkson, and Clarkson puts it in the far post out of Gordon's reach. I'm going to give the team a little bit of praise here, because 3-0 up in 33 minutes in a cup final is extremely impressive in my view. Very happy with the performance so far. We've not given Hearts even a shot at goal as of yet. We've got another highlight here. Keskinen down the left, swings it in. Gets put back out now. Clarkson's nicked it high up the pitch again. Devlin coming down the right, swings it in, and it makes its way through to Duke for his 20th goal of the season, which now puts us 4-0 up in the first half of the cup final. So I think it's hopefully safe to say that we're probably going to pick up our first piece of silverware here with the Viaplay Cup. Just coming into injury time just now. Hearts just had their first shot and goal there. Wasn't even on target, but looking at the XG match story, we've dominated, so can't really say anything else other than we're happy. Everyone seems to be chuffed with that side of things. So we'll get the second half underway here. It's whether the guys decide they want to show a little bit of mercy here in the Hearts and just take their foot off the gas a little bit, or whether we want to really put a stamp on the second half as well here. First highlight looks to be going to Hearts. Play it over the top. Mitov claims that one quite comfortably. Plays it out to Danny Wilson. Out to Nielsen. And by just trading passes there with Nielsen. Duke plays it out wide. That's really some neat and tidy play there. But Hearts regain possession. Try and come forward themselves now. But they are getting pretty harassed by all of our players. They've done well here to find Mackay down the left. He's done well to get it to Boateng as well. And he's just skinned her right back. And Mackay has got a goal back for Hearts to make it 4-1. Not overly concerned about that. Still got a good lead here. Might consider making a couple of changes very soon. But we're still performing pretty well. We'll look to make the changes just now. So I think maybe bring Guy off. He wasn't really sharp coming into it, so we'll bring on Sokler. Swoboda can come on for Mbai. And Shaden Morris for Silva. Again, we've got a couple of subs we can make later on in the game, but it does look as though we are just kind of playing this one out. A 4-1 lead at the moment. Hearts now have another highlight from the looks of things in the 73rd minute. Playing it out from the back to central midfield. We've nicked it off them again in the centre of the pitch, and that's a poor pass from Keskinen. It's through to Cisse, and Cisse makes it 4-2, or maybe not, because it's going to VAR check and it's disallowed. So that's great for us. Retain the 4-1 lead and we get another highlight just off the back of it. Clarkson out to Morris. We've lost possession here, but we gain it back from Duke. It's a bit sloppy with his pass there for Sokler. We've got it again here. Danny Wilson through Esbrand. Keskinen. We're giving it away again there as well. We're a little bit sloppy at the moment with our passing. It's not really going where we're intending. And Hearts have another chance here with Papis Cisse, who puts it over the bar. Another highlight here. Helt Nielsen try to play it in again. It's another sloppy pass at the end up. Hearts try to get a foothold back into the game here. Got Clarkson through to Sokler. Finds Devlin out wide. Some nice passing going on here. Morris just gets dispossessed, but he retains possession. Devlin swings it in at the back post. Keskinen hits the post. Still got it here. Another highlight. It's been pretty highlight riddled this end period of the game here. So we've got Swoboda and Morris. And Clarkson brings it forward for us, carrying the ball very well. Through to Sokler, who swings it in for Duke, and Duke taps it home to make it 5-1. And surely that's game over, but we'll praise the side anyway. See if we can maybe make another couple of changes just to run things down a little bit. Bring Mackenzie on, he's had a good run in the cup. And possibly McGrath. Maybe bring him on for Clarkson today. Give him a bit of a rest. So yeah, 5-1 up, 79th minute. Kingsley now bringing the ball forward for Hearts. At least attempting to. You've got to think they've got to be a little bit deflated here. It looks like the substitutions will just be getting made. So into the final 10 minutes now. Again, it's not really any way back here for Hearts. We've absolutely dominated them here again, and we should be getting the last couple of minutes. Swoboda has put a seal on the win with a header from the corner there. So 6-1, we're up now. Really quite embarrassing for Hearts in the final here. And we have won the Viaplay Cup, so we'll get the trophy left in, and then we'll have a look and decide kind of where we go from here in terms of what the next episode's going to consist of. We can see there Devlin shaking the hands. He'll get the trophy handed over to him. Just wait, and here comes the lift, and there we go. The Viaplay Cup final has been won, 6-1 on the day at Hampden. Pretty comfortable in the end up. Hearts did give us a few scares along the way. I think we can be very satisfied with that. We can get into the dressing room now. Tell the guys to enjoy these moments. Don't come along very often. Continue on the game. So yeah, if we get a quick look then, see what we've got schedule wise coming up. I think possibly we may look to come back then for what we've got here. Possibly Ross County. I think we'll play through maybe to the Ross County game. Maybe the Rangers Dundee United games. Just looking at things here just now. Show you kind of where the team's been with that side of things. Yeah, I think we'll come back for the Rangers and Dundee United games, so we've got a game against one of the old firm and a game against the new firm derby with Dundee United. But we're performing great in the league. And thanks again everyone for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment. And as said, we'll be back for the Rangers and Dundee United games. Just a reminder with the youth intake side of things, we had that come through previously, so come the end of the season we'll get the renames done for the players as well. Thanks again guys.